Hello, Team 2, and welcome to Thursday, the 2nd of July's learning. Let's get going. Read your questions, read your extracts, think of your sentence stems, and then answer using your sentence stems. I bet you're sick of me saying that, but the repetition helps. Pause me now. Why do you think a show seems strange to some dragons? Who is good at singing, and what is Cloudy going to try? The dragons back at Dracton, I keep mispronouncing that. The dragons back at Dracton were all huddled in a scrum. A show seemed odd to many, but it did appeal to some. I am quite good at singing, Ruxley mentioned, feeling shy, and Cloudy said, I might give writing poetry a try. So why do you think a show seems strange to some dragons? I think a show seems strange to dragons because it's something that they've never done before. You can see that Ruxley mentioned that she's feeling or he's feeling shy. And Cloudy isn't saying, oh, I'm dead good at poetry, I'm going to do it. They're saying, I might give it a try. They've never done this before. They don't know what they're doing. Who's good at singing? So if we find the word singing, you can see here. Who's telling us they're good at singing? It's Ruxley. So Ruxley is good at singing. And what is Cloudy going to try? You can see here, let's find the name Cloudy. And Cloudy said, I might give writing poetry a try. Read your questions, read your extract, find your sentence stem openers and answer your questions using them. Pause me now. What is the most amazing sight Sir Gorrel and Aristar see? So we need to find those words. They're put in inverted commas because they are words we need to find. Most amazing sight. Excuse me. Can we find most amazing sight? So the most amazing sight. That's what we're looking for. Sir Gorrel sat with Aristar upon the empty stage. The audience consisted of a donkey and a page. At least we tried, said Aristar. I guess they just don't care. But then, as she was talking, raucous laughter filled the air. They looked up to the sky and saw the most amazing sight, a host of flying dragons, each one carrying a knight. So Thea called, I guess what we can give this thing a go. It's worth a try, called Maddox. Now let's get on with the show. What is the most amazing sight? The most amazing sight is the host of flying dragons, each dragon carrying a knight. So the big group of dragons flying together and they were all carrying a knight. So they're starting to work together, aren't they? That's what the amazing sight. So read your questions, read your extract, think of your sentence stems, use them to answer your questions. Pause me now. How do you think Aristar and Sir Gorrel are feeling at the end of the story and why? The audience were captured by a capella by the Let me start again. The audience was captured by the a cappella squires, and Maddox and Sir Trundlefoot did somersaults on wires. A group of street performers brought the house down with a roar, and Knit United knitted like they'd never done before. Their lives were much more wholesome with new talents and new friends. They realised that life becomes more fun when fighting ends. So how do you think Alastar and Sir Gorrel are feeling at the end of the story and why? Look at their little faces. Think about what they've achieved. Two groups that hated each other and thought that they needed to fight and they needed to fight have been brought to peace by Aristar and Sir Gorrel. How must they be feeling? Proud, happy, elated, because they brought two groups together, and that's a fabulous thing to do.
Now we
Choose a word to complete the sentence. The rubber is shorter or longer than the sharpener. Have a look. Oh, you've got to figure out, because that sharpener isn't starting on 0 to figure out how much it measures. So I would measure the rubber, I'd measure the sharpener, I would write the measurement on top of each one, and then you can figure out the rubber is shorter or longer than the sharpener is shorter or longer than the rubber. Pause me now. Write your greater than, less than, or equal to compare the statements. So which is bigger, 9 centimeters or 23? Think about your crocodile mouths. Where they're going to go. 50 meters in words or 50 meters in numbers? Which one's going to eat what? And 1 meter in words, 1 meter in number. What's going to eat what? Pause me now. You can see the rubber is longer than the sharpener is shorter than the rubber. 9 is less than 23. 50 meters is the same as 50 meters, and 1 meter is bigger. Sorry, I said it wrong on the last one. 1 meter is bigger than 1 centimeter. I hope you spotted that mistake and I haven't confused you. Sorry if I did. Write digits in the boxes to make the statements correct. A, something centimeters. You've got to figure out what could go there. So look at the crocodile's mouth. It needs to eat the 41. So how many centimeters could you put in that box? The same with 14 meters. And then how many meters? 14 centimeters. How many centimeters? Oh, now this one you've got to think. It's got to be greater than 12, but it's got to be less than 20. What could go in there? Is there more than one answer for each? I want you to explain why. Pause me now. Would you measure each one using centimeters or meter? So would you measure the height of a baby? Think about your meter stick that we have in the classroom. It's comes up to my waist, doesn't it? Well, middle of my waist, probably more like my chest. So think about that meter stick. Would you measure the height of a baby with a meter stick? Or is it smaller than a meter? Would you measure it in centimeters? The length of a pencil, would you measure that in centimeters? Now remember, the rulers we have on our tables are 30 centimeters. Would you measure the length of a pencil using that ruler, or would you get the big meter stick out? The height of the school, would you be able to get your little ruler out and measure in centimeters the height of the school, or would you need big meter sticks? And the height of your teacher, how many little, I've just said the meter stick comes up to about my chest. Would you get the little rulers out, or would you be getting the big meter sticks out? And what else could you measure in meters? Pause me now. You can see here there are lots and lots of different answers for this. It could be any number that is less than 41, starting with 40. It could be, B could be any number bigger than 14, starting with 15, any number. C, 40, it can be any number that is less than 14. It can start with 13, they've put 10. And any number that is smaller than 12, but bigger than 20. So there's lots of different options. You would measure the height of a baby and the length of a pencil with small centimeter rulers, and you would measure the height of school and me with big meters. And what else did you measure? You can email or tell your teacher. What else could you measure in meters? So write greater than, less than, or equal to the statements. So have a look at these statements and see what you could write. 39 plus 9, you've got to figure out. Does that equal 47? Is the answer to 39 plus 9 greater than or less than 47? You've got to do the same for B. 22 meters, take away 6 meters. What does it equal? Is that equal to 0 plus 15? Is it greater than or less than? And then 4 plus 13 centimeters, write the answer on the top. And then do the same for 20, take away 3. What is your answer? And then are they equal to each other? Is one greater or less than? Pause me now to do that. And then here, number 6, 5 meters equals 5 centimeters. Why is this statement wrong? What's the problem there? 5 meters equals 5 centimeters. What are you thinking about? You're measuring in what? And then write your greater than or less than to create teeth back in. Write greater than or less than to correct the mistake. It isn't equal, is it? Which one does the crocodile want to eat? Pause me now. You can see where your greater than and less thans go. And here the problem was it isn't equal. Oops. Isn't equal because you're dealing with meter. 5 meter sticks is much, much larger then 5 little centimeters and the 30-centimeter ruler. So it should be this. That crocodile wants to eat the 5 meters. How did you do? Question 7. One large cube is 3 times as long as one small cube. One small cube is 5 centimeters long. How long are 2 small cubes? How long are 10 small cubes? How long is one large cube? How long are 2 large cubes? Pause me now. 2 small cubes are 10 centimeters. 10 small cubes are 50. One large cube is 15. 2 large cubes are 30. Can you write these words in the past tense? So fly, say, and work. Pause the video in a second to write down what fly would be like in the past tense, what say would be like in the past tense, and what work would. Pause me now. Fly becomes flew, say becomes said, and work becomes worked. Text number 4, terrible texting. Call emoji has been sent a text message from the emoji who stole his sunglasses, but the thief is not very good at spelling. Circle the words that are spelled incorrectly, then write the corrected spellings below. The number of words will show you the house number of the emoji. So we're going to find out what number house they live at. So you don't need to be circling anything if you don't have this sheet. You just need to write the corrective words. So hello is spelled correctly. I am the emoji who is not spelled correctly. How do we spell who? So we'd circle it, and over here we'd write the word who. Who? It's hard on here. Who took yours spelled incorrectly. So do you see? So then you'd have to write your over here. If you're not sure, you could use Google if you're on the computer. If you're in school and you're with a teacher, you can ask your teachers there. You can ask a grown-up. You can use a dictionary online. If you have a dictionary at home, then you can use that. But you need to find the incorrect spellings, write them down, and you're going to count how many words you find that are incorrect, and that will tell us what house number the emoji lives at. So pause me now. So you can see here, I'm an emoji who took your sunglasses, sending you this message. How many mistakes do we have? Have a look. Have a look at the mistakes that we've got there. You can see these are the corrective words. Have a look and make sure that your spellings are bob on. If they're not, go back and correct any that aren't. So pause me now to just have a good check over your work and make sure that your spellings are correct. And if you've missed any, which ones have you missed? So pause me now. And you can see there are 14 words spelled incorrectly. So the emoji lives at number 14. 14. And so there's 2. Yes, who likes chocolate? Eyes closed, mouth closed, chocolate closed, closed. Could be sad, could be happy. Ooh, last clue tomorrow. We're going to find out. We're going to find out the thief. I reckon it's happy, you know, putting on that false pretense of everything's all right. We all make wrong choices, don't we? I reckon it's happy. Who do you think Aristar and Sir Gorrel's plan? Do you think Aristar and Sir Gorrel's plan is a good idea? Why? Talk it out loud if you're at home by yourself. If there's a grown-up there, talk about it with them. If you're in school, talk about it with a buddy or a teacher at school. Is it a good plan and why? Pause me now. I think it's an awesome plan. It gets 2 groups of people who thought they hated each other when in actual fact, they're awesome. They're just a bit different. And when you come together and you realise that you've just got differences, but you're all awesome, only love happens. And I am all up for that. So today we're going to look back on the story and you're going to do a plan of the story and you're going to swap Aristar for the dragon that you designed yesterday. So we're going to do a story map, but we're going to take Aristar out and we're going to put your dragon in. So you can see here there are some pictures to help you through the story and thinking about what's what and what's where. And you can draw pictures, you can draw boxes. If you're at home and you don't have this, or if you're in school and you don't have this, then you can just draw it out. It doesn't have to have boxes, it can just have arrows. Just draw the little pictures and the different parts of the story map so that you know how the story moves forward. So pause me now.
Hi guys, the team in Brayton are doing an incredible job of keeping the community really tight. It's inspirational. They're amazing. So the Brayton Million have put together the idea of a time capsule. And so this is something that I've taken from their Facebook page. I don't know if you want to have a little look more in detail there, but they want stories, they want poems, they want photos of the things that you've been busy doing. Anything that you do, you can bring into school and we can use in school, and you can take it to the Times capsule if you do anything electronically, which it sounds like they would like and we would like too. So it's two birds with one stone, isn't it? You can do things for them and things for us. So have a little read and get anything off that you've been busy doing. They want to see it as much as we do. One of the things that they talked about was that you could do a news report about your experience. And so here are a couple of ideas about now it doesn't need to just be on coronavirus, it can be on something that you did in the day at home. So it could be a newspaper on what you did during coronavirus, and you could do a whole topic on it, or it could be something really specific. Have you invented an amazing game that you and your brothers and sisters have played? There are no rules about this. You can create whatever you want to create. It also suggests a diary. So we've been busy writing diaries during this time. They might be personal, you might not want to use that, or you might be happy to share, but you could write a diary piece and you could think back to some of the best times and the trickiest times, the in-between times, and you could have a little reflect back and write one piece about your time during lockdown. This is just taken from the Brayton Millennium webpage. So these are all the different things that they're offering. So I'm sure you're more aware of it than me, but if you haven't had a look, go and check it out. They're doing some awesome things. This is a little competition this is a little activity for pen pals. So this is the form that you can fill out on the website, and you've got lots of different options. One of them being that if you want to keep your address private, then that's your choice, and that you can give it to the Brayton I keep wanting to call them the Brayton Millennials, the Brayton Million, and they will exchange it for you. So if it's your address that you're unsure about, then we can look around that. So that looked like a really interesting, exciting activity. You could make a new friend during this. And then we would like any of your memories, so like the Brayton Million have asked for, we would like for your memories of the good, the bad, the everything in between of what you've been doing during lockdown. So if you can provide us with a photo, so when we're coming back into school we can all share these and it'll be something to talk about, because we're all going to have had really different experiences. So if you want to email photos that I can forward on into school, if you want to do a little write-up, there are no rules about this. There are no rules about how you can display what it is that you've been busy doing during lockdown, but we'd love to hear and see it, please guys. So I've put a little here. This time has been a big medley of ups and downs. As we think about coming back to school, we'd like to create a little book of lockdown, start to gather some photographs and begin to share ideas for us to discuss further in school. Why have you picked this memory and what happened? And then we've got our connected curriculum menu for you to have a little challenge and have a little look at. So I know we've had some fabulous maps of Brayton come in. So when you're getting to the end of that and you've explored some of the Brayton Millions, then you can come back to this. So hopefully that should be enough to keep you busy. If you're still looking for more, get in touch and we'll find some more things for you to be busy with.